Okay, today we'll see uh, environmental laws in India. What are the environmental laws in India, and how many types? Laws will be depending upon the national, and some environmental depends upon the company. Also, we have to uh, follow national laws as well as international laws. If any state has state laws as well, we'll see. And laws for environmental management. Okay, mostly this will be controlled by this nationally. It is under Ministry of Environment and Forest, and it's normally a multidisciplinary regulatory body. Nothing but it's one type of a body who will be controlling all the environmental laws like noise, sound, noise, dust, pollution like air pollution, water pollution, land, water, soil, and noise as well. All the pollutions, whatever the environmental effects will be there, all these effects they will be considering. And this includes forest. You can ask me why the Ministry of Environment is considering about the forest, cutting down the forest and cutting down the plants and trees is also an environmental damage. And this body will mainly controlling all the environmental will be looking after all the environmental protection as well as conservation in the country. And they will be dealing all the environmental for the industries as well as general and forestry also. And these are unprecedented scope. Loss of unprecedented scope is nothing but unknown or unparalleled scope. Okay, and impact, some impacts, whatever the impacts or aspects will be there, those things will be passed by the they will be presenting towards the government of India to pass an order in order to protect and improve the environment. Like for example, I'll tell you, like cutting down, not few things, not India. I'll tell you some other things. Okay, like oceans. If uh, in oceans, can you imagine any pollution will be there? Water pollution will be there. How can the water pollution can be done in the oceans, inside the oceans? Can anyone say?
Due to oil leakage from ships.
Yes, oil leakage or any leakage. Okay, no, mainly oil leakage will be there, and some other things will be also there. And for example, I'll tell you one fact, not a not a fact, one thing which has happened to one of my friends. One of my friend is working as an navy engineer, mechanical marine engineer. Is an grade 3 engineer. Is working for some Denmark company or Norway company, shipping company. When he was on board, he was traveling to some other European countries for the they those his companies mainly crude oil or gas transportation, like supply. They'll be they'll be taking from one country to and exporting to one country, importing from one country to exporting to another company, just mediator to one country, from one country to another country. In some one situation, like while they were in Denmark, might be in Denmark or Norway, they have a rule that environmental protection should be done, and in case of any damage, any accident has happened, which leads to environmental damages, the investigation will be done. Okay, like that, while they were about to shore, while they were about to enter into the port, they had been stopped. Is uh, in which company, in which ship he was uh, going, working. His and all the other ships which are about to go to the port has been stopped due to some investigation. Like, you can see some chimneys in the ships, in some of the ships, to release the waste gases and everything. Okay, uh, which is part of a ship's mechanism. When that's happening, one of the ship which was about to shore, or one of the ship which has been leaving the country, well, leaving the port, has released some chemical, some dust or something object into the sea. These port authorities and the government and environmental authorities have stopped the ship, and they had told them to anchorage, and they started investigation by whose fault it has happened. And the investigation has been happened for 10 to 15 days, and after conclusion they have been fined for the environmental damages. Some loss will be like that only. For the damages, it will be too much. You can't even expect. In my last project itself, the client has warned us, if first or second environmental damage, that's an official warning with an letter, and from the third it will be a fine. We'll be having fines, and that too not in small amounts, like not of 10,000 or 20,000. They have told us to pay around 2.5 lakh rupees for third fine. If anything, yeah, their system is like that. See, everyone is taking considerations for all the environmental acts, and we have to follow all the laws as well to prevent and control, for the prevention and control of pollution, whatever it might be, water, land, or air, or noise. It might be any pollution. And we'll see some relevant legislations for environmental management. Okay, whatever it has been, we have some around around 15 or some 16 laws have been there, which are implemented in India. These are mainly in India only. Okay, and these will be, see, you can see the legislations. Okay, the acts, and in which year it has been implemented, and the extra added, the reviewing and the advancement also will be implemented. Okay, like the first one, you can see that the Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act 1974. First, it has been implemented, and some additional measures has been given in the 1977. In the 1977, some additional measures has been given, and the Water, same amendment act. It has been amended in 2003, and the air pollution in 1981, the environment protection, which includes everything. Someone's mic is on, just make sure your mics are off. Okay, and the Environment Protection Act in 1986. These all the years are in which year the GO has been passed, the government order, or it's been in implementation, from which year it has been in implementation. Okay, all these ones. And the Hazardous Waste Management and Handling Rules 1989, and as amended in 2000. And some additions will be there, and it will be into act. And some amendments will be there, rules will be there. We have to make sure, see, while working, most probably we are, as a safety personnel, we should aware of these things while working. But the main environmental things will be controlled by the environmental officer or environmental engineer who will be employed or who will be acting for, who will be working in the company. Most probably I have seen some environmental engineers in the company, but I don't know in the present situation whether separate environmental department is available in the companies or not. See, overall HSC department will be controlling. Under the HSC department, the first aid department, the medical team will be coming, and the safety team will be coming, and the environmental team will be coming. Sometimes we should act as all the three. We should have knowledge also regarding all these three. And hazardous waste management and handling, how we will be handling. We'll be having all these things in our working location, how to handle the hazardous waste, how to dispose that one, and proper disposal, proper management should be there, how to stack them. And the manufacture, storage, and import of hazardous chemicals, rules 1989 and as amended in 2000. And the Public Liability Insurance Act 1995, environmental impact assessment and notification 1994 and 1997. The National Environment Tribunal Act. Tribunal Act, anyone can say what's the Tribunal Act? Anyone? Tribunal Act. Tribunal Act is nothing but whoever will be doing the wrong things will be prosecuted there. Or the trial will be there. After the investigation, after the investigation, the judgment will be there, whether they are they are what we will be saying. In the court, just like it's just like in court, they'll be deciding whether the company is deviating the laws or not. If the company is deviating the laws and these companies are not following any rules and regulations as per the government acts and everything, they will be penalized there. And the chemical accident, emergency planning, preparedness and response. The biomedical waste, how it will be handled, and disposal management, storage management and everything, like how you'll be segregating them. Biomedical waste, the recycled plastic manufacture and usage rules, fly ash notification, the municipal solid waste management and handling, municipal solid waste 2000, the batteries management and handling, and animal welfare, wildlife, biodiversity, everything. These all will be coming under the environmental laws. Okay, these are there in India. All these laws are available in India. And anyone can say what is the management and handling or biomedical waste or whatever. Recycling usage rules, batteries management and handling. What is the management and handling? Anyone?
Sir.
Yes, Devendra, bolo. बोलो देवेंद्र।
नॉइज पॉल्यूशन का कोई कंट्रोल मिसाइल का कुछ रिलेटेड है क्या सर?
हाँ,
नॉइज पॉल्यूशन का कोई का नाम कंट्रोल
एक्ट तो है ना,
देखा नहीं सर मैं। एयर का था, वाटर का था सर।
एयर में आपको दो टाइप का है पोल्यूशन, नॉइस और डस्ट। आपको नॉइस कैसा ट्रेवल होगा? How the noise will be traveled? Through air only.
Through air.
Air.
The air prevention and control of pollution. In that only noise and dust will be there.
सर नॉइज पॉल्यूशन रेगुलेशन एंड कंट्रोल कुछ है, ऐसा कुछ है क्या सर नाम क्वेश्चन?
ऐसा अलग से कुछ नहीं है, ऐसा अलग से कुछ नहीं है एक्ट में, लेकिन ये तो पूरा इंडिया का एक्ट है, कौन सा है, लेकिन इसमें एयर का खाली है और वाटर का है। आपका वाटर का देखा है, अमेंडमेंट्स हुआ है कुछ। अमेंडमेंट्स मतलब माइनर चेंजेस, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, माइनर चेंजेस होके इम्प्लीमेंट होता है। एनवायरमेंटल है तो वो एयर में ही आपको क्या होता है ना, नॉइस का अलग से कुछ नहीं आएगा, वो एयर का रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस कुछ होता है, वो एयर प्रिवेंशन एंड कंट्रोल एक्ट, उसी में आपको डस्ट और नॉइस दोनों मिल जाएगा।
ओके सर, समझ सर।
और
कंटिन्यू सर।
कंटिन्यू कोई बोलो, मैनेजमेंट और हैंडलिंग क्या है? कोई भी बोलता नहीं है।
मतलब वेस्ट को कैसे डिस्पोज करेंगे और उसके बारे में सर प्लान रहता है उसको हैंडलिंग करने के लिए।
हैंडलिंग करने के लिए प्लान रहता है, कैसा डिस्पोज करेगा, वो डिस्पोजल का थर्ड पार्टी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होता है। मतलब क्या होता है ना, ओके I'll tell you in English, okay? Management is nothing but how the hazardous waste are being generated in the industry, okay, whatever industry or whichever working location, the how this one is being generated and how you are stacking them, whether you are properly stacking them in the location, in your work location for the disposal or not. And after the stacking, this will be coming under the next thing is how the handling will be. This waste will be handling, and in the management itself, one more thing also will be coming, that in disposal, these hazardous waste or biochemical waste, biomedical waste, whatever things you are managing in the in your work location has been disposed properly or not. Like you have selected a perfect contractor to dispose that one, whether the contractor who is taking all this waste is been approved by the government, and whether this company has legalized, has all the legal documentation proper, maintaining documentation properly for all this disposal, and after the disposal, whether they are handling or whatever they are recycling or whatever they are doing the processing is being carried out properly or not. These all comes under management and handling. And even in the handling, from the start of the chemical, like from the manufacturing till disposing, whether these chemicals, hazardous chemicals or chemicals has been handled perfectly or not, even the waste or whether the manufacturing time, whether these are properly handled or not. These all these rules will be there in those rules. You can find whatever uh, the government has given the instructions how to do these things and all that. Even the solid waste, whatever the municipality will be taking out, all the solid waste will be divided separately. Whatever you are throwing, like metal cans, plastic, and food waste, they will be segregating everything. Food waste should be separate, plastic should be separate, and metal cans should be separate. Everything should be separate. And how it has been handled, everything. And in the recycled plastic manufacture and usage, how the recycling manufacturing companies are working. And in the animal welfare, we have to take care of the animal welfare also. We are not supposed to kill the animals. This might lead to the environmental damages. Wildlife is nothing but that comes under all the animals, plants, trees, forests, everything has to be there. This one, biodiversity, identify all the rare species like plants, trees, and everything. We have some acts like in plants, some plants should not be cut down. It might be even in forest or in domestic places. They should not be grown up. Those should not be you should not, you are not supposed to plant those trees in your home, as well as you should not supposed to cut some types of plants also. These comes, and rare species of animals will be survived, should be protected properly. All these things comes under. Battery management should be disposal, handling, everything should be properly done. Any doubts?
सर सर ये पब्लिक इंश्योरेंस का समझ में नहीं आया सर, लायबिलिटीज इंश्योरेंस
क्या कौन सा?
पब्लिक लायबिलिटीज इंश्योरेंस
Public liability
public
insurance. Public Liability Insurance Act is nothing but in case of any hazardous environmental acts, and let me tell you clearly. Wait, I'll show you directly. That's the better one. Whatever these are mainly for in case of any accidents happens while the transportation of the chemicals, the hazardous substances. In those times, You are for the damage and everything arising for damage arising out of accidents. We are for those things the public liability insurance. See, for these insurances, for these damages, you can't pay that much of amount. Okay, that will be huge. And in those situations, the insurances will be paying those. Let me show you directly. I'll show you screen share. Okay, see, an act to provide for public liability insurance for the purpose of providing immediate relief to the persons affected by accident occurring while handling any hazardous substances for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. Okay, Devender.
Right, sir.
Or ఇంకెవరికన్నా డౌట్స్? బయోడైవర్సిటీ, వైల్డ్ లైఫ్, ఎవరికి డౌట్లు లేవా? ఎవ్వరు మాట్లాడట్లేదా? పెట్టి వెళ్ళిపోయారు అందరూ.
సార్ ఇవేనా ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి సార్? ఇంకా ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి అన్నారు సార్. ఇవే ఉన్నాయి సార్, ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి సార్.
ఇంకా ఉన్నాయి లాస్ అండ్ యాక్స్ అన్ని వస్తాయి ఇంకా. ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. అజయ్, సునీల్, పవన్, వీరేష్,
సార్ చెప్పండి సార్.
చెప్పు వీరేష్. నిన్న క్లాస్ లేదు, నేను రాలేదు, మీరు రాలేదు.
అవును సార్, ఈ రోజు కూడా కొద్దిగా నేను కూడా లేట్ గా జాయిన్ అయినాను సార్.
ఓకే ఓకే,
అదే మిస్టేక్ సార్.
ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి ఎవరన్నా, పర్లేదు. నో డౌట్స్ అంటే ఎవరికి అర్థం కాలేదు అన్నమాట, అది అర్థమైంది నాకు.
లేదు సార్, అర్థమవుతుంది సార్.
అర్థమవుతుందా? ఓకే
సార్, బయోడైవర్సిటీ గురించి చెప్పండి సార్.
బయోడైవర్సిటీ అంటే మన దీంట్లో మన ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ లో, సారీ देवेंद्र मैं तो थोड़ा तेलुगु में बोल रहा हूँ अभी. biodiversity is nothing but you'll be having so many variety of lives on earth or on a forest. Okay, like different types of animals will be there, different types of plants will be there, and so many different kinds of life will be there. Okay, those should not be spoiled. Okay, those should not be affected because of our unsafe working these things. Okay, whatever you do should not affect others, like animals, plants, and everything. See, for example, you might have watched a recent movie regarding red sandalwood. చెప్పండి, సినిమా పేరు చెప్పండి, పర్లేదు.
పుష్ప.
దేవేందర్, आपको समझ में आया नया मूवी क्या है रेड सैंडलवुड के
Yes,
बारे
yes.
में? Okay, see, whatever you see in the movies, or it might be, that's the true thing. Okay, you are not supposed to cut down the red sandalwood or anything. Even topmost people have been prosecuted regarding these things, because see, those types of plants will be some plants will be living for 100 years, and those are the reasons for what we are getting oxygen properly and everything. Due to this industrialization and cutting down the trees and everything, we are suffering a lot in the present situation. And whatever the pollution in the present day situation, whatever you are seeing in the winter season, whatever the fog you are seeing is not a real fog. It's a smoke which is coming out from the industrial plants. And those are, it's full of air pollution and everything. If you are cutting down, you see, everything is an interlinked thing. Whatever the trees will be there, whatever the animals will be there, whatever we have, we are doing, everything is an interlinked thing on the earth. For the humans, for our basic needs and for our money needs and for our selfishness, we are damaging each and everything. Other than money, can you do you need anything other than money? If money is not needed for your this whatever the life for your
Daily
purpose,
expenses.
daily expenses, yeah, whatever. If you don't need money, you'll cut down the trees? You won't. You'll establish a company, industrial company? No. What is the need of the industrial companies? To work or to make products? We are just working.
Both, sir. Both.
Huh? To make products. The main thing is why to make a product? Okay, why the diesel is required? Why the petrol, crude oil is required? If we don't want any cars or bikes, why the diesel, petrol is needed? Just we are upgrading with the technology, we are creating new things. For those things, we are damaging the environment. If you are living in just an house which is made of trees, that's also you are cutting down the trees for that cost. The house you are using has been made of cement, by by breaking the rocks and everything, by cutting down the trees. The uranium, the chemical, by digging the soil. The coal, by digging the soil. The crude oil, by drilling the soil, breaking the fossil fuels and everything. The leather has been made by killing the animals. This is see, environmental is normally, as per my knowledge, see, that's a rotation. Okay, everything in the forest, every animal, some animals will be non-vegetarians, like lions, tigers. They'll be eating some things, and we'll be eating vegetarian. Some animals will be eating vegetarians. Okay, this is just a cycle. Okay, and if we are cutting down, we are expanding each and everything, and by cutting down the trees, the forest, occupying the forest, and we are killing the animals, we are occupying their place, and we are decreasing the population of the animals and biodiversity. All the plants and everything, microorganisms, everything is interlinked. Okay, in this earth, everything is interlinked. For that one, the biodiversity is just, we have to conserve everything, the animals, plants, microorganisms, everything. For our sake, the human sake, for our selfishness, we are doing all the rubbish things. Just think of yourself. If you don't need a laptop, you don't need a laptop, you don't need a car, bike, you don't need a mobile phone. Then you will come to know whether the cell phone tower is required, crude oil is required. Everyone will be thinking like that. Then no need. Total environmental will be okay. Compare from your childhood to the till date, how the world has been transformed into it, and how the locations have been